What's up guys, Matty here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a new plugin that I think is probably the best kick drum plugin I've ever used. The plugin is called Kick Shaper, and what makes it even more unique is that this is one of the few plugins that I haven't been sent or was told about. I just kind of stumbled upon it, and it's only $16. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how this thing works and all the ways you can use it to make your kick sound better. Let's go. All right, guys, so here is Kick Shaper. It's by a company called WA Productions, which I haven't used a whole lot of their stuff, but they just released Vocal Shaper 2, which works really well as well, and maybe we'll shoot a video on that in the future. First, let's just go over the different knobs, and then we'll take a listen to some examples. Okay, so it starts with tail. I originally thought this was just some sort of subharmonic generator, but what it does is it takes the sub frequencies from the original kick and then resonates them naturally. That's at least what the manual says. And it seems to be doing that and not just adding like sub generator frequencies to it. So what you do is you hit fine, you play the kick, you hit fine, and it'll find the dominant frequency of the kick. And then you can make the tail either longer or shorter depending upon it. Let me just show you really quick how that works. So you saw once you hit find, it found the dominant frequency. Now, this isn't like 100% right all the time. You might need to hit find a few times to get it to really find the actual frequency, but it's pretty good at it. So now that we have that, watch when I turn up the tail, you'll hear the difference. So you hear it just sounds like the harmonics of it, or like the sounds part of the kick, and not just like a subharmonic generator frequency thing. So that's cool. The next knob is shape, and once again, I thought this was just some sort of frequency thing that cuts it out. But what it does is it actually shortens the wavelength of the low frequencies only, which when you play it on its own, it sounds like you're just losing like some low end, but it's really, really great at when you have a full mix of getting the kick out of the way, but still keeping the snap of it and leaving room for the bass lines or whatever bass frequencies you got going on. So let me show you just what it does really quick. So you see, we made it pretty extreme, but we kept all the attack and top end of the kick, but the low end was what was being pulled back a bit. And it does it in a way that it doesn't affect the whole frequency. So I do dig that. And a little bit can go a long way with this. So usually, you don't want to get much further than around here, depending, like on the mix. Thump does what you think it does. It adds thump. Now it just adds boost to the lower frequencies, which is what we want. And then click does exactly what you would think it does. It adds a bit more of that top end tap to it. And this click has been really helpful. Instead of having to open an EQ, if I just have this kick shaper on my kick drum and I need just to cut through a bit more, just bring up the click and boom, it's a one knob thing that can make your kick just cut through the mix way better. Moving down, we have tone, and it does what you do think it would do. It has a cut and then a low, mid, and high. I love this mid tone frequency. It can really help take out some of the parts of a kick you don't like and keep the low end and the high end of it. And then lastly is this enhance section, which if the shape section didn't do it for you, the enhance probably will. Depth adds more front to back depth dimension, makes the kick just feel bigger. Heat is what you think it is. It's saturation. And then punch is based on the compression from an old console, which we would expect is an SSL compressor. And it does give that SSL compression sound, which can really bring out the attack and punch of a kick drum. And then lastly is clip, which is great for, just squashing excessive peaks that might be taking off too much from your master mix bus. And then really quickly at the bottom, you have an inverse button, which you can flip the phase 180 degrees, 4x sampling, an extra limiter if you want it there, and then the on and off or bypass button. All right, so let's get into some examples. First is a kick example. One thing I did wish they would have included in here for the live drummers in the world is sort of a quick gate just to take out some of the in-betweens, but it is what it is. You can just gate and then put this plugin on. But let's play it. We already got our frequency found from before, so let's just go in and tweak this a bit and see what we can do to make the kick cut through a bit more. So you can hear, just with some quick knob turns, we brought that kick to life. And like I did mention, like, you want to do this with the whole mix going. It's cool just to like make a kick sound good, but that's all we're doing is making the kick sound good. It has to be in the mix in order to make sure it sounds good with all the other things. But just soloing kicks and enhancing them with this is pretty easy. I do wish they had like some sort of gain match on here because things can get louder, but you know, maybe version 2. So let's try a different kick. This kick's a little different where it doesn't have any low end and it's mostly just kind of a bright, farty, flat kick. Let me play it for you. So, you know, there's a little thud in there, but it's mostly just like a blah, blah, which is maybe, I use this kick a lot to add on to other kick samples and stuff, but I thought it'd be a good example to see how much low end we can get from this plugin here. So first, let's do a find, and then we'll keep moving from there. So you can see 2 minutes and we completely changed the way that kick sounds. This thing is a really great tool for just making any kick sound that you want to create easily and quickly. Like, you could do this with other plugins and EQs, but you can do this so much faster with just this one plugin. All right, guys, so that is Kick Shaper, the plugin. Let me know what you think. Is it the best kick plugin out there? Let me know in the comments below. If you need your songs mixed and mastered, hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. You can also find my courses and presets there too. Talk to you soon.